I welcome you to the class of colorful sciences called as chemistry. Okay, last class you may watch the video related to chemistry. In that video you have watched out what you have watched out that means how matter was classified, and at bulk level we have seen that matter at bulk level is classified into two types. What are the two types of matter at bulk level? As pure substances and mixtures. The textures are again classified into homogeneous and heterogeneous. Similarly, our pure substances are also classified into elements and compounds. Up to that we have seen in the last video class which is related to the classification of matter at bulk level. Then let us move to today's class. Today's class will be very interesting. What is there andre? Suppose now everyone knows that during the lockdown situation what we are doing andre, we are staying at home and most of them are doing the work from home. So due to that what will be happen, you have increased in your weight like that. Okay, some people may be doing the exercises at home, they may decrease, but most of the people has increased in the weight. Then whenever you see your friends after such a long gap, what you will ask a question? Definitely you will ask a question, what is your weight? How much you has gained in your weight? Like that you will be putting the questions, no? Okay, when you put that question, automatically your friend will say, I have increased so much in our weight. My weight before lockdown is some 40 kgs, now it has increased to 44 kg, like that you will be saying. So what is that weight? How you will measure that weight? What type of instruments are used to measure this weight? Okay, in our chemistry, for measuring the small substances like salts, chemicals, we will use the term mass term we will use. We won't use the term called as a weight. Then what is that mass? Is there any difference between this mass and weight? All that we will learn in today's class. So in today's class we are going to learn about which type of quantities we will measure in our chemistry. What are their units? How we will measure, with the help of which instrument we are going to measure, we will see about it. Then let us move to the first topic of today's class. The first topic is that what is the properties of matter and their measurement. So see here, every substance, whatever the substance we are able to see in this universe, that every substance will have certain unique properties or unique characteristics irtava. Okay, every substance which is present in the universe will have unique characters, unique characteristic properties irtava. Those unique properties of that substance are classified into two types. So the characteristics or the properties of every substance are classified into two types. The first type of properties are called physical properties and the second type of properties are called as a chemical property. So every substance will possess certain properties. Those properties are classified as physical and chemical. Physical properties and chemical properties. Then what are physical properties are? The properties of the matter which we can measure and which we can observe. ಯಾವ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ನೈತೆ ನಾವು ಮೆಷರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ಇಂದ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ with the help of certain instruments or by seeing by ourselves or by touching. Like that, if you identify the properties, those properties will come under the category called as, what are those categories called as physical properties. What are those properties are called? Physical properties. Example, color, state, melting point, empty, boiling point, BP. Here BP stands for the boiling point. So the properties of the matter which depend upon the, what are they depend upon? The state, color. Those properties will come under the category called as a physical properties. The properties of matter which we can measure or which we can observe, those will come under the category called as a physical properties. Then what are chemical properties are there? The properties of matter which we can measure or which we can observe after the change only, after the chemical reaction only. Chemical reaction ಆದ ಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದ. Those properties will come under the category called as, what is that category? Chemical properties. The properties of the matter are any substance which we can observe or which we can measure after the chemical reaction or after the chemical change. ಯಾವ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಯಾವ ಚೇಂಜ್ని ನಾವು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ that properties will come under the category called as, what is that category called as a chemical properties. Example of chemical properties are acidity, basicity, okay, combustibility. This will come under the category called as, what is the category? Chemical properties. So, if you want to determine acidic property, basic property, illa combustibility property namage gottaagbekanದ್ರೆ definitely we have to do the reaction. So, what we will do? Suppose one substance, one chemical is given for you, and they ask you to find whether in that chemical substance is there any property related to acidic nature. Adu acidic nature aita illa it is possessing the property of basic character. Then what we have to do andre, generally we will use pH papers to indicate acids and basic. Okay, acidity character illa basicity character to find out that we will use what we will use pH papers. ಆ pH paper ni ಆ acidic solution illa basic solution ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೋ ಆ solution ಆಗ we will in that chemical we will dip that pH paper. Then we can identify the pH value on that and then pH indicator paper. That pH value will tells us whether it is acid or base or neutral substance. It will tell. Generally, if the pH value lies between 1 to 7, it is called as an acid. If it is 7, it is called as a neutral substance. It doesn't show the acidic or basic character. Water is a neutral substance. It will have a pH value of 7. If it is a good water, okay, good water means what you will tell, the water which doesn't contain any chemicals inside that. Okay, then salts illa, water naga salts illa andre we will tell it as a good water antivalla. So that's about that. That is hard water and soft water antive. So good water is nothing but soft water we can tell. Then basicity also determined with the help of a pH paper. Then what is combustibility? And combustibility is nothing but if a substance will burn in the presence of oxygen, if a substance reacts with oxygen, or if a substance burns with the help of oxygen, then reactions are called as what they are called combustible reactions. What are those reactions are called? Combustible reaction. For example, take one paper, burn it. When you burn it, what will happen? Paper will burn. When paper is burning, the material which is present in that paper will catches the oxygen in the air and it will undergo combustion and it will be converted into ash. These type of properties which we can determine after the reaction, where the composition changes from reactant to product. Those properties will come under the category called as a, what is that category? Chemical properties. So what is combustibility? Burning of a substance in the presence of oxygen or with the help of oxygen. If a chemical reaction will happen, then we will say it as a combustibility reaction. For example, carbon burns with oxygen to convert into carbon dioxide gas. Otherwise, it can also combine to give carbon monoxide. It can give what? It can give carbon monoxide to remove. So 2 carbon, here also 2 carbon, oxygen 2, here also oxygen. So this is carbon monoxide, this is carbon dioxide. So carbon monoxide. So carbon can burn with oxygen to convert into carbon dioxide, or carbon can combine with oxygen to convert into carbon monoxide. Here carbon is burning with oxygen. These reactions are called as what they are called? Combustible reactions. What are these reactions are called? Combustible reaction. So whatever the products we will get in the combustible reactions will come under the properties called as, what are those properties? Chemical properties. So to measure the properties of any instrument, to measure the properties of any substance, what we said, we have 2 properties, chemical properties and physical properties ante. E properties ni now measure ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, to measure these chemical properties or physical properties, we will use certain formulas, we will have certain designed equipments in our laboratories. What are those designed equipments and how you will measure that? That we will see with that in this today's topic. So what is that? When we want to measure the things, which type of thing we are measuring, that thing you should know properly. So here, for example, I will ask you, what is the length of this board? What is the length of this board means automatically what you will tell, it is some 5 meter long or 6 meter long, you will tell. So the length of room is equal to how many meters? It is equal to the length of this room or the length of this board is equal to what I have written it. I have written it as a 6 meter. So length of this room is equal to 6 meter. So here, whenever you measure any quantity, yadana substance ni now measure ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ, we to define that quantity. To define that quantity, quantitatively we require 2 things. What are the 2 things? The first thing first thing is a numerical value. The next thing is a unit of that. So the length of foam is 6 meters. 6 అనేది ಏನು numerical value. M అనేది ಏನು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ employ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ unit. In which unit we have measured the? It is measured in meter. That is MKS system or SI system. So to define or to measure any quantity, we require two things. ಏನು ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತದೆ numerical value and a unit for that. So numerical value ಅಂದರೆ number will be there and unit. In which unit we have measured. So that's why to measure anything like area, volume, length in our chemistry, and it is also related to physics also, physical chemistry, we have certain measurement units are there. What are those measurement units? What are that? Let us see about that. Okay, so according to our chemistry, to measure the substances quantitatively, we require systems. According to the old tradition, there are three types of systems are there: CGS system, FPS system, and MKS system. So what are the three measurement systems are there? FPS, CGS, and MKS. And the system is called as what it is called? MKS system. So what is FPS system? FPS is nothing but F stands for food. One moment. F stands for the food. P stands for pound. S stands for second. S stands for the second. Then in CGS system, C stands for centimeter. G stands for gram. S stands for second. S stands for the second. Then MKS system, M stands for meter, K stands for kilogram, and S stands for second. S stands for the second. So these are the three systems which are adapting before the development of common system called as a standard international system. So what are this old system in the different parts of country to measure certain fundamental quantities called as a length, okay, mass and time. We are using this system. So to measure what are those quantities? To measure length, mass, and also time. To measure the in the older days, in some parts of the country nowadays also these are used. So length, according to the FPS system, length is measured. So length, let us see that length is denoted by the letter L, mass is denoted by the letter M, and time is denoted by the letter let us take the time as S already let us take it as time is denoted by the letter T and the length L, mass M, time is T. So according to FPS system, length is measured in foot. Length measured ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ foot. Then mass is measured in pound. Time is measured in seconds. Okay. Then according to CGS system, length is measured in centimeter, mass is measured in gram, time is measured in second. Then according to the MKS system, length is measured in meter, mass is measured in kilogram, time is measured in second. Time is measured in second. Like that, in different parts of the world, they are using these three types of system. But whenever we move to the other countries, there we will face difficulties, no? Because they will be telling in other unit, we are telling in another unit. So to avoid that difficulty, one common system was introduced. That common system is called as the International Standard System. What is that system is called as the International Standard System. The International Standard System. Okay, this international system in abbreviated form, it is called as a SI system, Standard International System. So to avoid the confusion, throughout the world, many countries throughout the world has adapted the system. The system is called as what it is called the International substances quantities ki we will adapt certain system. What is that system? Standard international system prakara adani enu measure ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. What are those units? What are their symbolic representation? Let us see about. So according to the standard international system, there are 7 fundamental quantities are there to measure the substances. What are those? Are to measure length, to measure mass, to measure time, to measure luminous intensity, to measure temperature. What type of units we are applying? What is the symbolic representation? Let me draw the table related to that, then you can understand it clearly. Physical quantity, या quantity measure ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Physical quantity, symbol for the quantity, symbol for the quantity, unit, symbol of unit, symbol of unit. Okay, so see here, या physical quantity ni SI system प्रकार या symbol नागा represent ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಏನು, ಆ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ನಿ symbol ನಾगा या symbol abbreviated form ನಾगा ಹೆಂಗ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ನೋಡೋಣ. First let us see length. Length is denoted by the letter L, and length is measured in according to SI system it was measured in meter. Its symbol is M. So the first quantity is length denoted by the letter L, and it has a unit meter and it has a symbol small. Then coming to the next quantity called as a mass, denoted by the letter M. It was measured in kilogram. It was measured in kilogram, and its units are kg. Its units are kg. Kg stands for kilogram. Okay. Then coming to the next one, time. Time is denoted by the letter T, and the units of that are second, and the symbolic representation is S. This symbolic representation is S. Is it okay there? Then coming to the next character called as thermodynamic temperature. Thermodynamic temperature. Thermodynamic temperature. It was denoted by the letter capital T. It was measured in the units called as a Kelvin, and its symbolic representation is K. Okay. Then amount of substance. Amount of substance. Amount of substance is denoted by the letter N. Okay. And it was measured in a special unit called as a mole, and its symbolic representation is MOL. So these are some units. Let me continue that. See here, quantities. What is the physical quantity? Length. Length is denoted by the symbol L, and it is measured in meter, and its symbol is M. Then coming to the next one, mass. Mass is denoted by the letter M. It is measured in kilogram according to SI system. Its symbolic representation of kilogram is kg. Then time. Time is denoted by the letter T. Time is measured in second. The symbolic representation of second is S. Then thermodynamic temperature denoted by the letter T. Temperature T. It was measured in unit called as a Kelvin. The symbol of Kelvin is K. The next unit is amount of substance. It was denoted by the letter N. What it was denoted by the letter N, and it was measured in a special unit called as a mole. And what are the unit of that mole? Mole symbolic representation in MOL. Then coming to the next unit. Coming to the next unit, let us see the next unit called as current. Okay, this current is denoted by the letter I. The current is denoted by the letter I, and the unit of that current is ampere. What is the unit of the ampere? And it is given by the symbol A. It was denoted by the symbol A. Sometimes small letter AMP also we will apply for it. So current, one more unit denoted by the letter I, and its units are ampere, and symbolic representation of it is A. Then coming to the next one, luminous intensity. Luminous intensity. Luminous intensity. Okay, this is one more unit of that. This is denoted by the letter IV like a subscript. physical quantities in our chemistry and their symbolic representation, their unit and their symbolic symbolic letter. Okay, so let me recall it one more time. Length is denoted by the letter L, I have written. Then its unit meter. Meter is given by the symbol M. Then coming to the mass. Mass is denoted by the letter small m. It is measured in kilogram. Kilogram is symbolically given by the letter kg. Then coming to the next one, time you can able to see denoted by the letter T and it has a unit second. Yes. Then the next one is thermodynamic temperature denoted by the letter T, measured in the unit called as a Kelvin, denoted by the symbol K. Then amount of substance denoted by the letter N, unit of that is mole and its symbol is MOL. Mole symbol is MOL. Then coming to the next one, current. Current is denoted by the letter A, its unit in current is measured in ampere. Unit of that symbol of that unit ampere is A. Then luminous intensity denoted by the letter IV, luminous intensity. It is measured in candela. It is denoted by the letter C. What is this luminous intensity? Intensity with how much brightness the light is produced. That brightness is measured in the unit called as a candela. That is called as a luminous intensity. So these are the 7 basic fundamental units. These basic fundamental units in the certain quantities has been derived. For example, area. What is area means? According to your mathematics, you will tell that area is equal to length into breadth. Length into breadth. Length is also a kind of longness. Breadth is nothing but it is also a kind of distance. Length is distance, breadth is distance. If you multiply these two distances, then what you will get? You will get area. So area is derived from a unit called as a length. Such quantities which are derived from these physical quantities, fundamental quantities, those fundamental quantities ninda derive agide quantities nenantive andre they are called derived quantities anta. For example, area, volume, okay, density, those will come under that category. So what are the derived quantities? Our quantities ni now henga measure ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Let us see here. The first topic, how you are going to measure, what is that? Andre starting of the class I told you what is your weight, what is the increase in your weight during this lockdown time I asked. No, for that we are going to answer now. So listening, what is mass and what is weight according to the chemistry and how you are going to measure that? Let us see. Mass, weight. So what is the difference between mass and weight? How you will measure the mass, how you will measure the weight? Let us see here about that. First one, mass. So what is mass andre? The quantity of matter present in a body. ಒಂದು ಬಾಡಿನಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಐತಿ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ವಾಟ್? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಮಾಸ್. ಓಕೆ, quantity of matter present in a body is called as what? It is called as a mass. Then what is weight? Weight is nothing but the uncertain mass of body. How much gravitational force will be acting? The force of gravity or the force exerted by earth gravitation on that body along with the mass is called as what? It is called as a weight. Okay, the force exerted on certain mass of an object is called as what? It is called as a weight. Okay, the force exerted on certain mass of an object. One object will have a mass. ಆ object ಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟು gravitational force act ಆಗತ್ತದ, all together the mass and the gravity together is called as what? It is called weight. That's why weight is calculated by the formula. Weight is denoted by the symbol W and it was given by the formula m into g. M stands for mass of the body along with its gravity force is called as what? It is called weight of a body. Then what is mass? Mass is equal to, according to this formula, mg. Okay, mg is equal to W weight. Then mg then m can be written as what you can write W by G is equal to m. So mass is equal to weight of a body divided by gravity force is called as what it is called mass of a body. Then the next difference is that mass of a body remains constant. Mass of a body remains constant everywhere. Okay, everywhere in this universe, the mass of the body will remain constant. Okay, but weight of a body changes from place to place. Weight change the place to place ಅಂದ್ರೆ weight depend upon gravitational force. But mass అనేది gravitational force ಮೇಲೆ depend ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. That's why it is constant. Mass is constant, but weight it changes from place to place. It changes from place to place. Okay, one first example I will write for you. Now you are in the state of Karnataka. So you have measured your weight at your town. In your town you have measured your weight with the help of a weighing machine. Weighing machine naga you weight nodkondiri. You got your weight nearly equal to some 52 kg, like that you think that. Okay, assume that. Then what happened? Now suddenly tomorrow, like that you have shifted or you have moved to northern states of our country. Okay, Delhi, like that you have moved up. There you have checked your weight. Your weight 52 irtada andre 52 irangilla. What happened? The weight shown by the weighing machine in the Delhi will be somewhat less or it may be more. Idakandre illi gravity in Karnataka state and gravity which is present in that Delhi, it will be somewhat slight difference irtade. So gravity anedi place in the place ge move agidre change agada. Due to the change in the gravity, weight also changes because weight depend upon the gravity force. That's why weight of a body changes from place to place, but the quantity of matter present in our body does not changes. That's why matter does not changes from place to place. It remains constant. It remains constant. Is it clear that? So that's about the difference between mass and weight. So now onwards, be careful when you are using the word mass and weight. You use modern time naga careful naga use modern. When we have to use the mass and when we have to use the word weight, you be careful in it. Then according to our chemistry, chemistry laboratories naga, when we are using the chemicals, when you are using the salts, we require the salts and chemicals in a little quantity. Namu kgs ತಗೊಂಡು ಮಾಡಿ experiment ಏನು ಅಂತ ಥರ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. We will do the experiment with little quantities only. When we want to do it in little quantities, what we doesn't require kilogram. Mass is measured in kilogram. Now only have seen, but kilogram is having sub units called as a grams and milligrams. So now gram naga milligram naga nam laboratories naga measure ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So mass has the units. What are the units of the mass? Kilogram denoted by the letter kg, and 1 kg is equal to how many grams? It is equal to 1000 grams. In our chemical labs, we mass ni measure ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ we will use a special design instrument called as an analytical balance అనేది use ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. I'll show for you how we need the analytical balance. So you can able to see this. This balance is called as what it is called analytical balance. What is this balance is called as an analytical balance. So when you come to your lab experiment, at that time I will show how you can measure the mass with the help of this analytical balance. So that's about the first quantity which we have measured called as what is that? Mass and weight. Any measure ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ weight is measured with the help of the weighing machine, and in laboratories when we want the mass in little quantity, we are using a special design instrument called as what is that? Analytical balance. Analytical balance ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ತದೋ ನಾವು only show for. Then let us move to the next quantity called as a volume. Volume again. The space occupied by a substance is called as a volume. The space occupied by an object or by a substance, by an object, is called as what it is called volume ಅಂತೀವಿ. Okay, ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಐತೆ ಒಂದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಕ್ಯುಪೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತದೋ that space is called as what it is called as a volume. Okay, I am standing here, how much space I was occupying, that is called as what it is called as a volume. Then according to our mathematics, from the mathematics, volume is having certain formula. What is that formula? Volume is denoted by the letter V and it is given by the formula V is equal to L into V into H. It is given by the formula. What is that? V is equal to L into V into H. What is this V? V stands for volume, L stands for length, breadth, height. So length into breadth into height of a substance will tell what it will tell, a unit called as a volume. For example, see this duster. What is the volume of this duster? You have to multiply length, its breadth, this side one, and height, this side. E3, length, breadth, height. If you multiply these three, then you will get what is the volume of this duster. So like that we can calculate the volume of a substance according to our mathematics called as volume. V is equal to length into breadth into height, L into V into H. Then what are these units of this volume? Units, if you take SI unit, V is equal to length is measured in meter according to standard international system. Breadth is also measured in meter because it is also a kind of distance. Height is also a kind of distance, meter. Meter into meter into meter, that is equal to meter. What it is equal to meter. And subunits, if you take the subunits, if you instead of writing the meter cube, you can write it as centimeter cube to the third. So what are the units of volume? Meter cube or centimeter cube are the units of volume. Okay, when you calculate with the help of the formula called as a length into breadth into height. Then you have a doubt like that. So every day our mother used to take morning in the milk, or we will get a milk packet. In that they have written 500 ml, 1000 ml, 1 liter they will take. And with the milkman also we will take half liter milk or 1 liter milk until. So we are not getting here meter cube and centimeter cube by the liter illa. What is that liter? Andre volume of liquids. Volume of liquids is measured with the help of a special instruments. Okay, liter measuring jars will be there, and that one is having a special units called as a liter and a milliliter. So in our daily life to measure the liquids, what we are using measuring jars. Our measuring jars naga units ಏನು ಇರ್ತಾವ ಅಂದ್ರೆ liter and milliliter ಇರ್ತದ. So volume of liquids are measured in liter and milliliter. We will measure it in liter and milliliter. Then what is this liter and milliliter? 1 liter will be equal to how many milliliter? It will be equal to 1000 milliliter. 1 liter is equal to 1000 milliliter. This milliliter and this centimeter cube is having a link. What is that? It is also equal to 1000 centimeter cube. What is it indicates? 1 ml is equal to 1 centimeter. 1 ml is equal to 1 centimeter cube. So instead of writing 1000 ml, we can write it as 1000 centimeter cube also we can write. So like that we can convert milliliter into centimeter cube, and decimeter cube also we can convert. Okay, 1000 centimeter cube is also equal to what? It will be equal to 1 decimeter cube. Like that, volume of the liquids are measured in liter and milliliter with the help of the measuring jar. Then in our chemical laboratories, volume of chemicals, volume of liquids, volume of solutions we measure ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ we will use certain specially graduated instruments or devices. They are called as a pipette, burette, measuring the jar or graduated cylinder. Like that, different type of instruments we will use in laboratories. What are those instruments? Let me show it for you and I will tell you. So there you can able to see this instrument called as a pipette. Okay, 1 minute. This pipette, this is used for measuring the required quantity of volume. One volume, okay, certain quantity of volume of liquid ni ನಾವು one jar ಇಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು jar ಗೆ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ we will pipette it. Okay, how you will drink your cool drink with the help of a straw. like that we will pipette it out. Okay, this is called as a pipette. For measuring the volume we will use. And here one more instrument is there. This is called as what it is called as a burette antivi. With the help of this instrument also we can measure the volume of the liquid. And one more is there. This is called as a measuring cylinder. With the help of this instrument also in our chemical laboratories we can measure the volume of the liquid. Okay, is it clear that? So during the practical hours I will tell for you how you can use that and how you will measure the volume of the liquids with the help of this instrument called as a pipette, burette and measuring cylinder. So let us end for today's. So in today's class what we have seen andre we have seen physical quantities ni ಹೆಂಗ್ measure ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನು ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿರೋಣ. Still is there the continuation of the topic. That topic I will continue in the next class. So for today I am signing off you. So